together and feel alright. Let them all pass, dirty remarks. One love. There is a one question I really love to ask. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind, save his own belief? Everybody singing. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together, fight this holy Armageddon. One love. For when the man come, gonna be no doom. One heart. Every down those chances go thinner, and no hiding place for the Father of creation. Everybody, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Feel alright.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Bob Gordon, and I am a very happy, dedicated member of this community. Welcome to each and every one of you to being at the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. And just take this opportunity to turn off your cell phones all the way off so we don't interfere with the sound system. And also take a moment to greet your neighbors. Charity and an attribute of love. It connotes benevolence, consideration, unselfishness, and sympathetic understanding. Its beneficence blesses not only every phase of human life, but encompasses the far-reaching limits of the animal and vegetable kingdoms. The person who has risen above such destructive traits as greed, selfishness, hatred, jealousy, envy, and has evolved to the plane where generosity, patience, sympathy and love radiate from his every thought and deed. Such an individual is obeying the laws of his soul and embodies in his character and personality the essence of kindness. And now we'll hear the inspiring words of our beloved Reverend Karyl Huntley.
The ocean is the mother. Happy Mother's Day. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. Close your eyes for just a minute and feel it. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. Now open your eyes and look around the room. The ocean is the mother of us all. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me. I am in the mother, and the mother is in me.
Good morning. So I would like to invite each of you to turn within. And I would like those of us who find it very easy to know the infinite as the divine mother principle to go deeply within the mother, realizing that all compassion, all creativity, all connectivity, all healing, all vision is within the mother. All of the children are within the mother. I am a child of the one divine feminine principle that is in and throughout the entire universe. That reproductive miracle worker that is everywhere present, all-knowing and all-powerful. And as I am a child of the Great Mother, each one here is as well. And our mothers are or were. And even though we say our mothers were a child of the infinite mother, our mothers, their mothers, their mothers, and their mothers are a part of the immortality of life itself. And as we call them to us this morning, they come. And so in this moment, if you would like to whisper the names of the mothers of your family, we call them to us. And we feel the room fill and our hearts fill. And we know that the mother is with us. And so today, anything that is heavy on our heart, and I know having talked to several people in this community this week, there is sadness. In this moment, I invite us all to give up any sadness into the mother's lap. Any sadness in our personal experience, any sadness that has been provoked by the news, and simply give it to the mother, knowing that the infinite compassion, the infinite creativity, the infinite connectivity, the infinite healing power is at work in this room and in each heart. And so for this morning, and all of the love back through the generations, and all of the love into the future generations is right here with us. I give my thanks and release this now into the law. And so it is. Amen. So hang on just a bit, children, that we got something special to go with the kids today. But right now we have our wonderful house band. And Deborah Del Mastro, did I say that last name right? Deborah Del Mastro is a soloist here for the first time, I think. Second time. And so what you may not know is that she and Paul are husband and wife. So how fabulous is that?
So a lot has happened since the last time we see you.
Yeah. And Steve and Rick and Bodie, the band.
So this is for all the mothers and for all the fathers who have also had to be mothers too. This is for all of us. All right? For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought into my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for all the dreams you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever grateful, baby. You're the one who held
Voice when I couldn't
you
speak.
heard my voice, my
Eyes when I couldn't see.
You saw the
Best there was in me.
You lifted me up. You gave me faith 'cause you believed I'm everything I am because you love me.
Strength when I was weak.
You are my strength.
Voice when I couldn't
You
speak.
are my voice.
Eyes when I couldn't see.
You saw
Best
the
there
best
was in me.
You lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed I'm everything I am because you love me. I'm everything I am because you love me. Happy Mother's Day.
Deborah Del Mastro.
So, as is our tradition on Mother's Day, we honor all the moms, and we're doing it slightly differently today. So the children are going to come forward, and they're going to pick a rose to give to their mom. So if these are one of your babies, would you come to the altar, please? And just know that this altar was made for you by Galia, and the roses are from my backyard. And so everybody that is a mom gets a rose, but the presentations are coming right now, and we're going to sing this little song. So don't let me ask again. Come ahead, moms. Wait. Okay. You are. You are a miracle, God's child. You are. Oh.
Take it away, Carol.
We didn't
I
practice
just found out about
one.
this one.
You know, you have perfect love in your heart. You are a miracle, God's child. You are a miracle, God's child. Okay, we got it. You are a miracle, God's child. You are a miracle, God's child. You have perfect love in your heart. You are a miracle, God's child. You are a miracle, God's child. We did that just great. And now, in order to, oops, that's a little ahead, but don't look at that. Don't look at the face behind the screen. Would all of the moms please stand up? All of the moms, and let us raucously applaud you. And stay standing, stay standing. So now, with all of the adoptive moms and aunties that pretended that you were a mom, anybody that acted like a mom, and dads that also had to be moms too, would you stand up? And now, hang on. And now would the grandmothers remain standing? And now would the great-grandmothers remain standing? so, Mom. Make sure you take a rose, at least one. I'm sure that there's plenty for everybody here. And I'm going to ask Reverend Sarah to come up for the rest of the announcements.
Well, good morning. I'm Reverend Sarah Hargrave, staff minister at this wonderful spiritual community, and we're so glad all of you are here. First, we want to start with gratitude. We want to thank Mary Cosgrove and Jay Gustafson for all they did with putting together the tent and the other things with the human race. Would you like to stand up for applause? And now everybody who participated in the human race, stand up. Great, thank you. Women's Spirit, registration begins today. There's a table set up back there. So if you want to find out about it, it's a retreat that always fills up. So if you want to know about it, go to the table and find out the details. We live in a world that has natural laws. And when we work with them, our life works better. They're natural and metaphysical laws. There's also laws made by humans, including parking laws. And we've been told that the Corte Madera is going to start enforcing parking. So if you are parking in a place that has either a red, yellow, or white paint on the spot, then you will get what we call a ticket. So pay attention, and also don't park in the driveway in the back. So that says in advance so that you can avoid that. Spring classes. We have two coming up, the Essential Earnest, which Posey Lyon is teaching. It's on Tuesday evening, June 4th, and it's talking about all the wonderful writings of our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. And then Speak Your Word, Create Your World. Janet Ryan is going to be teaching that. That's on Thursday evening, starting June 6th, talking about the power of your spoken word to create your life. And we also want to thank, I forgot to thank, Barbara Cox for the Legacy Letter Workshop. Barbara, you're here? Yes? Thank you so much for that continuing service series. And now, Reverend Karyl wants to talk about some of the other things. And she's our wonderful spiritual leader.
I am. And probably you're happy not to be your soloist all the time, but whatever. I'm going to be teaching in July a 3-week class called Letting Go of Negative Emotions. And so if you have any anger, fear, or guilt anywhere in that dear body-mind complex in which you live, please consider joining us so that you can get rid of that, because it doesn't serve you. And then Johanna Hughes, right here, stand up, sweetheart. So Johanna is going to be hosting a little get-together in the cafe right across the way after service. If you would like to go over and have a sweet time, maybe having a salad or a cup of coffee, and getting to know more deeply the people in this community. We did that last week, and we kind of said it's the what's your major conversation. And so if you would like to participate with Joe today, just go on over there and you can have some lunch if you don't have any other plans. Now you do. So now I'm going to segue into the message for today, which is prepare just enough. And I'm going to explain that in just a sec. But I want to tell you, for those of you that haven't been around all year, we have a yearly theme, which is the new world and the ancient path. And so we combine wisdom from the past. And I'll say again, this is one of my recurring themes, that in the history of spirituality and religion, there are many old-time religions, many of them, that have come up into the modern world, evolved just like business and education and everything. And all along the way, there have been people that are brought to the ultimate truth, people that are brought to Spirit, or God, or Allah, or Great Mother, Great Spirit, whatever you call the Supreme Being. Every single religion has brought people to God. And so we draw from that, from the ancient world, to see if we get inspired from that. And then the New World is a part of our theme as well, because there are pockets and pieces in our world that have already flipped over into the world that works for everyone. And so I want to bring you examples of that so that we can say, phew, thank you, and I'm going to put my intention and my consciousness and maybe some dollars behind those things that are telling us that the world is shifting in a positive way. So we're doing this. This is part of the ancient world, this calendar, and we are firmly into the spring season now. And the theme for May is spontaneity, because it just feels like everything happens quicker. And last week we talked about an ancient practice of leaping over the fire that's been brought down to us in modern days too, called St. John's fire. And so leaping over the fire in trust. And so that and Mother's Day is really my personal high holy days. And so I love Mother's Day. And I want to just say I love all of you moms, and I love all of you that have moms. So that kind of covers it. But motherhood is a huge leap into trust. And I remember that, I remember when I was pregnant with my first child, I never felt ready. I mean, I read I went to Lamaze classes. I read 49 books on childbirth. I got all the little layette ready. I got everything painted and everything matched in the nursery. And I'm telling you, I prepared, and I did not feel ready because I didn't know exactly what I was preparing for. And so, you know how when you prepare for something that you really don't know what you're preparing for, there comes a time when you really have to let go, which is our theme for the day, is letting go. So I want you to think about the last time that you actually were in a position ahead of going into something so brand new that you did not know what to expect. Anybody ever been there? Yeah, okay. So anybody there right now? Okay, good. When you are at that place of preparing, you hope enough, for something that you have no idea what it's going to be, it's kind of like a God's gotcha moment, because what happens is you have to let go. You don't know how to walk into it. So you kind of say, well, whenever it comes, I hope I've done enough. So we can't control those events. And so it's a great, amazing crash course in releasing into something larger than ourselves. And so some of them, of course, moving, marrying, a new job, but also illness and loss are put us into a place where we really don't know what to expect, all heading for, let me say, the ultimate leap off, which is our transition from this earthly plane. So I say, the more practice we can get in letting go into God or Goddess, the better, the more prepared we feel. So our theme for, as I said, for May is spontaneity. And there's actually two kinds of spontaneity. One we talked about last week, which is we spontaneously jump into something new without much logical thought. But then there's also when life seems to spontaneously throw something at us that we don't really know how to prepare for because we're not expecting it. So both of those kinds of spontaneous things, us like saying, okay, I'm going for it, and us saying, oh my God, what's happening? Both of those things, those incidents, those circumstances in our life are fabulous. They are spiritually responsible, and they cause us to expand. So the principle that we're working with today is this. Divine operation is about the production of something entirely new. So if you are still here on this earthly plane, you can expect some more of those circumstances where you are being ushered into something so new you have no idea what to expect. Because if you were done with those, you'd be done with this earthly plane. Because divine operation, which is happening all around us all the time, is always for the production of something entirely new. Now, for many of you, that is wonderfully familiar because it is a part of a quotation from Judge Thomas Troward, a wonderful metaphysical truth teller and writer that inspired our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. And anyone who takes the Roots course memorizes this. And I memorize it every time I teach the Roots course, but because this is like language from a century ago, I forget it. So I'm going to read it to you. My mind is a center of divine operation. Divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And this means the production of something beyond what has gone before. Something entirely new, not included in past experience, though proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. Therefore, since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner in me. Consequently, in my own special world, of which I am the center, it will move forward to produce new conditions, always in advance of any that have gone before. And so, this divine operation, you can call it the activity of God, you can call it the holy action that takes place. We call it divine operation. Divine operation is happening all the time. And because divine operation is the action of God, it seems that God wants to experience something new. And so this is the movement of divine operation, that there is always something new that wants to be created. And so it makes sense to me because when I stay in the same place too long, I get bored. And so it makes sense to me as I live my life that I am pushed and pulled and invited into divine operation, which means the production of something entirely new. So it's natural to expand so that we can express more fully. And it's necessary for spirit to experience something new, to have it move through us, so that spirit, as us, through us, living in and through and around us, gets to experience that new, expanded, fuller awareness. So we are moved to expand by being put in this position of this side of the new thing that we have no idea how to prepare for. Are you all with me here? How fabulous is this? This is, so if we like resist because I don't know how to do that, or we resist because, oh my God, this seems a little scary, then we are going against divine operation, and you don't want to be doing that. Just like Reverend Sarah said, there are natural laws, there are divine laws, there are human laws. You don't want to break any of them on purpose, or you know it's not going to go well for you. So this is happening all the time, and I believe that we can step into this something more fully by just having this bring it on attitude. That however we're on the verge of something new, let's just go for it. And so bringing it back to motherhood, I remember that I alternately was excited and terrified. That I was something that I chose and re-chose again, but then I found myself going, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? And so that's the same kind of thing that happens in all of us as we live our life. So translating what falls in our lap as this new threshold over which we have no idea what's on the other side, if that is scary to you, if that is something that feels like you're not prepared for and you don't know how to get prepared enough, I invite you to see a practitioner, because in prayer, see, the practitioner doesn't know either what's going to happen to you or what's going to happen through you. The practitioner doesn't know, but what the practitioner absolutely knows is that the divine operation is happening in you and around you, and you can't fall out of the divine operation. And so having a prayer where that divine operation is assured, accounted for, given thanks for, and rooted in you, it's very calming, just saying. So I also have a map for you, of course, of how to prepare for something entirely new. Okay? So I referred to my memory of motherhood the first time, but it happens for every great change in life, not only motherhood. And the first thing that came to me was learn from others' experience. So you read, you study. That's what Holy Scripture is about, people that have been put in these positions and how they prayed. So you get a community around you, just like we are here. That's why we're inviting people to go across the way and have a little conversation, getting to know each other, because you have no idea how you can be supported with things that people have already been through that they can share with you. So knowing that others' experiences isn't ours, it is still kind of lovely to have that connection. And then you get to watch other people step into something entirely new and notice that they have peace and acceptance, which is what you want to have. Or sometimes you notice that they have fear and resistance, which is not what you want to have. So you kind of, we are each other's teachers, whether we mean to or not, right? We go into a situation, we are a good example when we handle change with peace and acceptance. And when we're in resistance and fear, the people around us go, oh my goodness, I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me. So when you pay attention, you can learn a great deal from other people's experience, because you know that your time is coming, because you wouldn't still be here if there wasn't more new stuff for you to experience. Okay? Don't rely on others, because the same wisdom that is within every answer is within you. So you don't rely on others, but you observe them. Then you focus, that's the wrong tense there. You have focused, hopefully, and you will focus on imagined qualities of what you want to experience. So it's like this. You don't know exactly what you're moving into, but you can mold the experience by how you hold it and what you expect. Like that wonderful line from West Side Story, I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. See, 2 solos in one Sunday. So remember that line? You know, that something great is coming. Okay, I won't. Yeah, well, we can launch into that later. Okay, so anyway, do you want love and excitement and harmony and balance and growth in this new thing? Then that's what you put out there. You just say, I don't know how this is going to show up, but I call forth growth, because that's natural and part of divine operation. I don't know how it's going to show up, but I'm calling forth love, because I know that that's a part of divine operation. And as I am in divine operation and moving into something new, all of the love in the universe supports me, and I call it forth for my experience. So, see how this works? Then, you prepare the environment, because what I'm noticing as I'm talking to you about this is that you kind of work with circumstances, and then you absolutely work with spirit. So preparing the environment is a lot about circumstances, like when you're pregnant, you get a crib. You know, when you get diapers when you're pregnant. And so for all of us, When we're preparing for something new, how many of you naturally clean out your closets? And isn't that a wonderful way to use that nervous energy? It's like, oh, okay, I don't know what it is, but it is going to be great. And one of the great things is I'm going to clean out my closet. And so that putting the energy of action into anything that makes sense that's good. Okay? You can write thank you letters. You can write in your forgiveness journal. You can plant some tomatoes. You can organize your underwear drawer. So what you're doing is you are getting the energy moving in your life in a positive way. And when you do that, it's not so much what you do to prepare the environment, it's that you are doing your part. So you get to say, I'm doing my part, and I expect the divine operation to work around me for the greatest good. So you are working in consciousness to move your life in a positive direction. Then grow your faith, which is all of those, and we send love and blessing to wherever that siren is going. And just knowing that divine operation is in the vehicle. Divine operation is in the home where they're going or the store. That all of the health workers are a part of divine operation. And that good and only good is happening through them right now. And as they drive along, they feel these prayers. Okay, last week in the outgoing letter, I sent out about, 20 spiritual practices. So I just want you to know that in June, we're going to talk about practice, all different kinds of practice, because that's like tilling the field of our crops. Just like you weed in the garden, you practice. So we're going to talk about that in June. But if you didn't open the letter, go back and open the letter from last week, because it's got all these practices, and you might think, oh my gosh, I could do that. I could get closer to God doing that. So then the last is trust in divine operation and let go. And when you have done everything you know to do, you've prepared enough. And then you let go into God. And every single morning I would recommend that you do that. You just say, the preparation that I have done is enough. I will do more today. It was enough yesterday, and it'll be enough at the end of this day, and I let go into God. So I want to talk a little bit about letting go, because that can be a little bit scary, because we think about letting go kind of like letting go of, like you're crossing the street and you let go of the hand that's guiding you, and all of a sudden you're in the traffic, and it's very scary. That's not the kind of letting go. Not letting go of, but letting go into. Consciously letting go into divine operation. It's actually a lot like floating, that you let go into the buoyancy of the water. So I want to read to you a couple of paragraphs of this great little book called Coming to Life. So she writes, let go and let God, but let go how? Trust what? Actually, we know more than we think we do. Anyone who has learned to walk, talk, float, or ride a bike has had realizations of oneness. Each represents the discovery of something beyond the self that guides and governs things together for good. By so trusting and risking, we went from a time when no matter what we did, everything was out of control, to a oneness wherein, with next to no effort, we are protected, supported, guided, and freed by something beyond the self. So now she talks specifically about floating. If I can find out where I marked it. Okay. Floating is analogous to and a step toward the larger task of realizing our oneness with God or fundamental mind. You say, not everyone can float. Some people sink. But I say, no, everyone can float, and it is only that we do not all come to it so easily. I am delighted to tell you that I was once a sinker. Everyone says so. From beginner to water safety instructor, I passed every Red Cross requirement on every level except floating. I was always excused from floating because it was clear that I was congenitally unable. A vertical floater, or more frankly, a sinker. When I floated, by craning my neck strenuously, I could just keep my nose above water, but only my nose. Although I started in a horizontal position, within seconds I would be hanging vertically with only my nostrils sticking up. For me to pass any floating test, it was necessary for the water to be deep enough so my feet wouldn't touch the bottom, and calm, no wind, waves, or splashing. And so what she talks about is letting go into the buoyancy of the water, where we have this feeling that by the exact amount of arch in our back, the exact amount of, not tension, but tautness in our arms and legs, we lay on top of the water. And anyone can learn that when we let go into buoyancy. And after you learn how to float, it's like, oh, of course. You will never forget floating. You know how to do it. And that's exactly the same way that we let go into God. We do it and do it and do it when it seems scary and it turns out all right. It seems scary and it turns out all right. And what we're doing is that we're letting go into the divine operation. So yesterday, I was busy most of the day, and so the talk was pretty much done. And something really interesting happened that I really pay attention to. 2 different times yesterday, the story of Demeter and Persephone came to me. One was I was listening to a book on CD, and here the character was talking about the Demeter and Persephone story. And then I went to an art gallery yesterday, and here was this whole artist thing with flowers, and she was inspired by the Demeter and Persephone story. So when Demeter comes to me twice in a day, I say, okay, she wants to be presented in the talk that I thought was done. I let go into divine operation. So here's what I got from Demeter. Because usually when I talk about the Demeter and Persephone story, it's about Persephone. It's about her adventure and her abduction and the scary, passage that she took into the underworld, and how she has to live now 6 months out of the year in the underworld, being the queen of Hades, with the king, and then 6 months on the land with her mother. And so that's the story of Persephone, but Demeter is the mom. So, I read a definition of parenthood once, and it said parenthood is like having your heart torn out of you and walking around in someone else's body. And so here is Demeter, who for half of the year has her daughter with her, and then is thrown into the experience of having her daughter going down into the underworld to be the queen of the underworld, where she walks the land and worries about her daughter, or trusts that she is within divine operation. So the message I got from Demeter is that this whole thing about letting go, it's one thing when it's ourselves. When we can look at our life and our circumstances and say, okay, I know what I have to do. I have to let go into divine operation. I have to let go into God, and all of my practice is going to be for that. But when we love somebody else and we see that they have to let go, then we are really out of controlling that situation. There is no way in the world that we can help them do their own letting go except modeling our own letting go. And so Demeter has another whole lesson in faith, that even though for 6 months at a time she does not see or hear from her daughter, she knows that because divine operation is on the land, divine operation is underneath the land, and her daughter is still a part of divine operation. And so if there are any moms or parents here who are concerned about their children and feel that they have done all of the letting go that they can possibly do, I join you in knowing that my children too are in divine operation. And right now, I have actually kind of an idea, but not really an idea, about what both of my children are doing. But what I do know is that they are in the divine operation, and the divine operation is for fuller expression and expansion through them. So I have just a moment of, I haven't brought you anything from the New World recently to show you how wonderful things are going on that are operating within that divine action and bringing new things into our planet that are for the good of all and the harm of none. So on the cover story of Positive News is teen girls from Nigeria invent a pea-powered generator. Now, I'm especially delighted to bring you this because I never thought I would say that word from the pulpit. So, we often assume that revolutionary technological advancements are the stuff of MIT scientists or Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, but that's not always the case. All it takes to change the world is a good idea and the courage to see it through to fruition. And so these girls, these African teenagers, figured out how to, it says, the average human produces about 2 liters of urine a day, and together they assembled a working generator that's capable of turning a single liter of urine into 6 hours of electricity. Yeah. Now you go tell your friends that you go to a church where they talked about Demeter and Persephone and a pea-powered generator in the same talk and see if they won't come. Okay, on page 3, the top 5 insights from the Science of a Meaningful Life in 2012. This is research on what makes a meaningful life. 5 things. Kindness is its own reward, even to toddlers. We can train ourselves to be more compassionate. Humans are quicker to cooperate than compete. Gratitude sustains relationships through tough times. And kindness makes kids popular. Now that is great news. That's the new world. That's what we're shifting into. So, I have shared with you all of the wisdom I have for this morning. And I would like to take us into the inner work now. And so, imagine that you are floating in the unformed substance of God, the pure potential of the Great Mother, that out of this primordial soup, everything that is made is made. You are floating in it. Not really like floating on water, but floating in this substance that always says yes. This substance that as it hits your skin and then goes right through you, you know that you are absolutely loved. And you know that corresponding to your thoughts, this primordial substance is saying, yes, my beloved, it is thus I make your life. Yes, my beloved, it is thus I make your life. And so, in this moment, we pray for that inspiration of divine operation that says to us, more good is available to me and more good is available through me. Right now, I let go into God. I let go into the process by which I am inspired and supported to create more love in the world, more harmony in the world, more beauty and safety, and more inspiration, and more health, and more abundance, more creativity, more of all the good stuff for myself and those around me and for future generations. And the primordial substance says, yes, my beloved, it is thus I make your life. Blessed be.
Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song.
Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna, Gaia, Artemis, Caradwin, Sophia, Hera, Pele, Athena. Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna, Gaia, Artemis, Caradwin, Sophia, Hera, Pele, Athena. Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song.
Ancient mother, I hear you calling. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I hear you calling. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I hear you calling. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I hear your song.
Would the ushers please come forward? And I invite you to prepare your tithes and offerings with the same consciousness that the Great Mother loves to give. The Great Mother loves to give all of the beaches and all of the delicious garlic dishes. She loves to give all the kisses and all of the thunderstorms. May we give today with that infinite love for the life that we live and for each other. So placing your gift on your heart and knowing that the infinite presence, as the Divine Mother, as Gaia herself, serves us and loves us. So we give now with every expectation that just as our next breath comes, the next thing we need in life is right here. Blessed be.
River, she is flowing, flowing and growing. River, she is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, a child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. River, she is flowing, flowing and growing. River, she is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, a child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. River, she is flowing, flowing and growing. River, she is flowing down to the sea, down to the sea, down to the sea, down to the sea.
We give thanks for all of our blessings today. We give thanks for the richness of this life. We give thanks for the simplicity of this life, where when we just are loving and kind, everything comes to us in a great full circle. We bless this offering today as it circles through this community. Blessed be. Oh my goodness, I've loved today, everyone. And please, all the moms, come up and get a rose and get plenty of hugs today. Please come next week. Reverend Barbara Leger will be the speaker while I'm in Seattle. Please make her feel very, very loving and welcome and inspired. And I will see you at the end of the month. I love you, and I ask Reverend Sarah to come up and pray us out.
The practitioners would come forward. These wonderful practitioners are professionals that normally charge for their services, but they lovingly give of their time and love after service every Sunday. And could the other practitioners surround the room? Please join me in prayer. I speak my word in the first person for myself and for each of you that choose it for your own. I give thanks for knowing that Spirit is truly all there is, ever present, ever creative, ever supportive. And knowing that I am immersed in that healing pool of Spirit's love and support and guidance. Knowing that all that I need to know comes to me at the very moment that I need it, so that I can surrender to and immerse myself in that creative flow of life, taking one step at a time. So I open my mind to the intelligence, the infinite intelligence that is guiding and directing me, opening my heart to the eternal love that is surrounding me and moving through me. And I open my body to the healing and wholeness that is its birthright. So accepting that as the truth, I give thanks for the creative force of life that has come down through eons and brought me and all the others to this current experience. So we accept this as done and simply wait for wonderful reports and delightful surprises, and so it is. Amen.
And so as we prepare to recite our affirmation and closing song, all of the mothers that have been with us in this space now come and reside in our hearts. And this space is returned to the energy that it came originally with this morning. This is the Rec Center, and we have had an amazing experience of a world within the world. Blessed be. Please stand for our closing affirmation and song. Divine operation is the only power at work in my life. I am open to entirely new experiences and opportunities to give my gifts through the workings of Spirit as I am expanded and supported. I let go into the new and am infinitely blessed.
1, 2, new song today. 1, 2, 3. Mother of life, Madre de Luz.